Oh yeah, Grenada, Carrico, Peter Mondic, the rest of the world, everyone tuned in tonight. I want to say hello to you. Welcome to another Mikey Life program, people. This is where it all happens. We are talking about the good, we are talking about the bad, and we are talking about the Mikey people. Brace all yourself. There are things you have not heard about for the day. We're going to tell you about it. Things you have not heard about for the week. We will tell you about it, people. We are always happy to be on the program, always happy to tell you what's happening in the country. Now, let's get into the headline. Smile GCP Group sets another record. RGPF completes simulation exercises. GFA Extraordinary Council meeting ends in the reinstatement of suspended 5. A resident in need receives a new house. We're going to tell you about that. Delta waives penalty for canceling Dominican Republic flights. We're going to tell you about that. India trashes West Indies by 125 runs. Anyway, a viral video draws the attention of many in Trinidad and Tobago. Police in St. Lucia decide that they are going to try to issue an arrest or try to conduct an arrest in a crowded area of persons they wanted for questioning in connection with some homicides. That backfired. The crowd wasn't having it. We're going to talk about that. And we have other little things to tell you about job opportunities and things like that, you know. So let's stay on the program now. We want to welcome the people on WPG10 currently viewing. Thank you for so doing. We always appreciate your presence on the program. The folks on YouTube, we appreciate your presence as well. And Facebook people, well, you know, we can't do this without you. So thank you all. And for the people on Facebook, I want to encourage you to share the program. I always beg of you to share the program. So share the business, man. And listen, when we come back, it's going to be real news in all your Lily Lolo. Stay tuned. We're coming.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
The people say that is the best fete in the carnival. None of them holding secret for me. None of them. The St. Andrews Development Organization, in collaboration with Mr. Elimas Gilbert, say Specky Show 2019 will be a movie. You must wear it. Love the rum more than the woman. From Trinidad and Tobago, the Calypsonian who empower women, singing Sandra.
The way you cock up like a bloody acrobat. The wife at home they can't, she can do that.
From St. Vincent, former soccer monarch Calypso and road match king Posa. And top Grenadian artist. Stay tuned for more info. For vending, call 404-8131. Becky Show, August 4th, St. Andrews Rainbow City Festival weekend. The color is red.
The 3rd Annual Caribbean Comedy Show. Saturday, August 17th at Spice Basket. Stay locked for more.
I ultimate got glass. You see what I've done with it? You want to swear it razor grass. Look, I am a very, very serious man.
Court Spree Summer Sale is here for 2 days only, Thursday 27th and Friday 28th June. Why wait? Courts has the biggest deals in town. Start your summer off right with amazing deals on your favorite appliances, stoves, fridges, and washing machine, and so much more. Court Spree Summer Sale is on for just 2 days. You can't afford to miss it. Court Spring Valley. Oh.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Okay, people, so welcome back to the program, and again, I want to encourage all of you to share the business. Let people know that the program has started. Me doesn't talk to 200 people and thing, 200 and 300 people. What it is? Share the program, man. We ain't talking twice. Share the business. Some of all of those sharing, all of just taking the news for themselves. Share the thing. Alright, folks, so let's get into some serious news right now. Okay, so earlier in the week, we were speaking about the primary elections in New York, where two Grenadian descendants were vying for judges, in the civil courts. Now, what we can tell you is that one of those persons was successful. Bernadette Nichols. She won the poll in the county-side, in the county-wide civil court judge race. Now, she defeated Edward King in the county-wide civil court judge race. All right, Nichols is a court attorney referee in Kings County Supreme Court, and according to reports, she would have earned 72% of King's 28%. All right, to King's 28%. Sorry. All right, and here's what that means: that she did really well. They say that there was about 19,000 more votes towards her than her rival, the other Grenadian, Alice Nicholson of Mount Carmel, St. Andrew, who specializes in foreclosure law in the Brooklyn area, was the runner-up, all right, receiving 23% of the votes. All right, so we want to say big up to Nichols on that one. Earlier, the Ministry of Health, Social Security and International Business has commended the efforts of the Toronto-based Smile Grenada, Carrico and Petit Martinique Group for what it describes as the most successful voluntary dental outreach clinic. People are here to do real thing. The numbers that they were able to come up with, in terms of assisting the people in need of those services were amazing. They say they met record numbers people. You understand? Now, the prominent secretary, Ms. Pauline Peters, Chief Medical Officer, Dr. George Mitchell, and Acting Chief Dental Surgeon, Dr. Marcia Macmillan Rennie, described the just ended outreach as record-breaking, considering the level and type of service provided by the small team in just 1 week. Now, the team provided a range of dental services as well as massage therapy and chiropractic services to residents of St. David's and neighboring parishes. Now, the senior health managers hailed the mission as a huge success, given the fact that so many people capitalized on the opportunity to improve their oral health and take advantage of other health services that were made available to them. They say that they really wanted to express their gratitude to the organization. Now they are saying that during the 1 week mission, the group saw more than 300 people. It included 326 dental procedures, 134 cleaning, 83 extractions, 109 fillings, 50 massage therapies, and 41 chiropractic services. You understand? So they say that was just amazing, and they wanted to underscore that sort of effort. You understand? Yeah, no. You see, when you have good things, so we want to talk about it, people. We want to talk about it. We are moving on. How we looking? How we looking? Oh yeah. Now the next thing that I want to tell you about, boy, the Royal Guinea Police Force, they concluded their simulation exercises today. 3 days of simulation exercise. Now it was done under the synonym Tropical Storm Angel Eyes and was set to test the RGPF's preparedness for the 2019 Atlantic hurricane season. Now the exercise, which commenced on Tuesday 25th June 2019, ended today with 2 mock incidents at River Road and at the Villa St. George, respectively. In River Road, they had they simulated an incident with several persons trapped in a vehicle that went into the St. John River in River Road. You understand? The simulation exercise attracted the attention of many people. But of course, the unusual sighting of a vehicle in the river. Now, members of the public were urged not to panic when in receipt of information relating to the exercise or notice the movements of emergency response teams within the 2 areas stated. Alright, and that happened between 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. today. Now, simulation exercise Tropical Storm Angel Eyes was aimed at assessing the members of the RGPF's ability to respond to those sort of incidents and afford them the opportunity to further enhance their response and understand their respective roles while responding to the emergency situations. You understand? So they did well. They say they give themselves a passing grade, according to one of my colleagues. You understand? So why not? You understand? I'll give them like a clap and thing too now. Play a plain institution program, you know. Oh yeah. We have more information for you now. This is an update to our story that we told you earlier on. Well, actually, we told you late last week about this. Now, clubs within the ambit of the Grenada Football Association, GFA, they were called out to an extraordinary meeting last Saturday. The emphasis was the displacement of 5 members of the executive. Now, this was due to a decision taken by the council on the 6th of April 2019, following a move by the 5 members who had voted at the executive level to suspend the president, Mr. Chenny Joseph. Now, according to reports, the 5 filed an injunction in the court against their suspension on the grounds of an illegal process. Now, the court, according to reports, had instructed that the GFA should seek to settle the matter. Now, the motion considered by the General Council on April 6, 2019 was reviewed at the meeting Saturday. And guess what? A motion was moved to have the 5 suspended executive members be reinstated. Now, the motion was voted on and it ended in favor of the suspended members. So as a result, as of Saturday gone, the Grenada Football Association's executive returned to normalcy. You understand? On the books, in other words. We are yet to hear more about this, but I just telling you, I mean, ting. Right. How we looking? We're moving on. Alright, I ain't taking long tonight. See, no, I was always tell all of that, but I ain't staying long tonight, ain't you? You're just giving all of it bam, and then we roll it and go and suck a mango, and then how to call it, right? And suck a mango, then in the morning, you don't have no problems in the business, right? Especially when you suck it in the night. I mean, don't go and take no tablet to send you no way. Yeah, so just suck a mango in the night, and in the morning, fine. Right? Good. People just take all kind of medication because they doesn't have good bowel movement and good thing. The natural things are there for you. You're gonna take tablet or kind of thing and then kind of listen, man. Understand how the fruits and things and so on treat the body, how the body respond to it, and you don't have to take no tablet. You know what I mean? Some people they go 3 days, they ain't going into toilet, all kind of thing. 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. If you don't go into the toilet every day, you're sick. You're sick. Or you don't eating properly. Yeah, all a mango there, suck a mango, suck it in the night and play smash up in the morning. You know what I mean? Thank me tomorrow. A resident in Carriacou who was in need get a nice little house boy. You know? And so we wanted to share that with you. Because what I'm saying is that is good news what you find. So we would join our associate in Carriacou for a special report on that.
Eli Simmons of Bogus can rest comfortably now as the keys to a new house was handed over to him. Making the handover to Mr. Simmons was Honorable Kindra Maturin Stewart.
The Ministry of Carriacou and Petite-Martinique Affairs through the Division of Social Development, our aim and mandate is to ensure that we continue to touch the lives of the vulnerable and the marginalized in our society. And when this case was brought to my attention, I immediately instructed my housing officer to move speedily, and this was erected in a matter of days. And so I must congratulate and of course thank the housing officer and the other persons in the ministry or the Division of Social Development that really assisted in bringing this project to fruition. I must also commend our housing brigade who really worked tirelessly around the clock, even over the weekend, to ensure that Mr. Eli Simmons basically have a decent dwelling house. I've seen visited him and I saw his previous conditions, and this was a case that really touched my heart, and you know, I'm happy to be able to assist in this regard.
Maria Simmons, Eli's sister, expressed thanks on his behalf.
And thanks to the minister for his support. And I greatly appreciate it to help out Eli Simmons. I really appreciate it. I will never forget that. Thank you.
Construction of houses for vulnerable persons in various communities throughout the island will be ongoing by Housing and Social Development.
Alright, thank you very much, Olia. If I tell Olia what Delta do win, you know what I mean? You know, there have been a lot of talks about the deaths, what they call the mysterious deaths of Americans, all right, who visit the Dominican Republic. So Delta has now decided to step in. What is they doing? Persons who want to change their flight and so on, they say that there will be no penalties for them. In other words, feel free. If you want to change all the flight, then go right ahead and do so. Delta Airlines, they are actually allowing their passengers flying to the Dominican Republic's Punta Cana airport to change or cancel their flights without penalty amid a recent spate of mysterious deaths and illnesses in the country. Now, the airline announced flight changes for trips to Punta Cana won't be subjected to fees through August 15, citing recent events in the resort town where several American tourists have died. Now, travelers who changed their flights to Punta Cana must rebook their travel for on or before November 20th. But for those who cancel their flights entirely, they will have 1 year from their initial booking date to use the credits, according to the advisory. Now, the company's announcement comes as a study revealed that Dominican Republic bookings are down about 74% for the month of July and August compared to the same period last year. They are saying that they find something is wrong with the amount of deaths that they have had of persons who actually, American citizens who actually visited the Dominican Republic. Now, authorities in the Dominican Republic have counteracted information coming out of the US saying, hey, you have millions of American citizens coming to Dominica. Wouldn't it be natural for there to be deaths? In fact, some studies into the actual dead people, autopsies and so on, they said many of them seem to be normal. Heart attack, this and that and the other. Nothing to suggest anything else. But of course, there are conflicting reports. The Dominican Republic argues in their favor, and the Americans argue in their favor. So it's a lot of back and forth. So let's see where we go from here. My partner say avoid fruits in the night. But when you have any fruits in the night, it's for a purpose. Not just for the taste. It's for medicinal purposes. If you know what I'm talking about. Okay. I don't really want to talk about that one, but sometimes you have to. West Indies, boy. These people got trashed. I don't know, boy. It's like... Because India is now moving a step closer to the World Cup semi-finals. West Indies had slim hopes, but they had it anyway, of qualifying. But here's what. India trashed us 125 runs. West Indies chasing 269 for victory. They were dismantled by India, you know, with some good pace bowling. So we fall short. So anyway, it all looking pretty for us, you know, because I find we really could do better, but we're not. We could do better, but we're not. We're not doing better. So let me lead that talk. You understand? Earlier, before I go further, there are two things I want to tell all you. Remember that you can make easy money this carnival by renting a bedroom or an apartment to visitors. They have a home accommodation program, people. And to register your bedroom or apartment, you can call or message 405-8874 or 415-3811. You understand? They say you must hurry because people are booking right now and time is running out. The next thing that I have to tell all you about, boys, is a job opportunity. I like to tell all you about them thing. An established business in St. George's is looking for a suitably qualified applicant to fill the position of senior accounting officer. The responsibilities and requirements of the position include, but is not limited to, verify, post, and reconcile account balances using QuickBooks, maintain the general ledger, prepare and present accounting reports, assist with financial audits and tax returns, analyze financial information, and summarize financial status, prepare financial statements, and produce budget according to schedule. And if you are the right person for the job, you will have a bachelor's degree in accounting or achieve at least level 2 ACCA, together with a minimum of 2 to 3 years proven experience as an accounting supervisor. Awareness of business trends, hands-on experience with QuickBooks accounting software, accuracy and attention to details, and familiarity with financial accounting statements. Now, your application should be submitted to the mailing address, which is the Managing Director, PO Box 3960, St. George's, Grenada. You can also send your applications to email jobopportunitygta@outlook.com, but you must do so before July 12th, 2019. They say only applicants selected for interviews will receive acknowledgement. All right? Oh, yeah. Hear that piece now. A viral video draws the attention of many. In the video, school children in Trinidad smoking what appears to be marijuana and brandishing firearm. Also, what we're going to be telling you about later on, road rage in St. Lucia. I want to show all of the business. We're going to show all of that. If you see thing, fight and thing, you know. Also, police attempt to make an arrest at an event, and the crowd decide not today. We're going to talk about that when we return on tonight's Mikey Live.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
This is the big one as Exterminator Movement, together with Young Guns Family, presents Job in the Club. Job in the Club, Saturday 29 June, inside Caribbean American Bar and Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue, and featuring live SXZ, Young Image, and Doorbell.
Take walking your friend, y'all. Take walking your friend, y'all.
Admission only $20, free food included. It's Job in the Club. No old boy. You get accessories on entry, and your DJ shelling it down. DJ One Drop, Young Gun, Exterminator Sound, Soul Vibes Radio, Mix Master, and the drummers. So remember, Saturday 29 June, Caribbean American Bar and Lawn. Job in the Club. Sponsored by Alouette Beauty Salon, Phenomenal Barbershop, Smart Cuts Barbershop, and On Wine Juice Bar. Be there.
Got to move like Jump Jump.
Quartz Breeze Summer Sale is here for 2 days only, Thursday 27th and Friday 28th June. Why wait? Quartz has the biggest deals in town. Start your summer off right with amazing deals on your favorite appliances, stoves, fridges, and washing machine, and so much more. Quartz Breeze Summer Sale is on for just 2 days. You can't afford to miss it. Quartz, bringing value home.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and the Social Security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of Social Security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all Social Security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
Alrighty, folks, and that's it right there as we continue on tonight's Mikey Live program. There isn't much that I can say about the next video that I'm about to play, right? But let's just say it's probably a very severe case of road rage recorded and reported in the news in St. Lucia. Here's our HTS news force on this report.
It was an odd case of road rage on Wednesday, partly because the attacker seen in this video that has since gone viral was neither the driver nor the passenger aboard the vehicle involved in a very minor accident with this bus driver. But the attacker took his friend's matter into his hands. What started on the Leclerc bus stand in Castries was being settled at the main Leclerc junction in the full view of passers-by.
I come from Leclerc as a bus driver, Leclerc bus driver. When I reach by the entrance to marketing board, there's that driver in front of me and they have a truck ahead of us, that goods vehicle. So then I saw the vehicle, in front of me. So I went behind him. Then while I see like he rolling back. So when he rolling back, I see somebody at the back of the vehicle, a passenger, make me sign, like they going back. So while they do me that, then I put, because they already small, so I just lock to go on that side. And while I lock to go on that side, then he continue reversing. While he reversing, then he going so close to my vehicle, he rub on my vehicle, and then he go inside of marketing board. So then I said, Ras, what happened? He said in answer, the passenger get down and the passenger tell me, I knocked him on the vehicle. I said, I knocked him on the vehicle. You can see he knocked me.
Despite the many calls for him to stop, the assailant continued, pounding punch after punch on the driver who was trapped at the wheel with his seat belts on.
They're talking to me, they're talking to him and things like that. So now I see like he think to give me a punch, I block it. Then I continue, I reverse, When I reverse, I have the seat belt on me. So all the time, punching me, In punching, I try and block the punch, and I try and take out the seat belt. But more I try and take out, the seat belt choking me more and more. I rush in, he bring me up. And it's not easy for you to fling it while it like that, And that's why the thing, And I think one of my friends come and help. One of the drivers, Tony. Then I think they tell me he gives Tony a punch also.
The hapless driver tried to get out the mandatory cutlass, but it fell from his hands. The assailant tried to get it himself, but was denied. The matter has since been reported to the police.
Also just I return the police, to give me a call to know what action they will take, whatever what they have to do or anything,
One of the men who intervened was punched himself and threatened. Gabriel Alexander says he is grateful for the videoing of this event. He says his account would not be believed had it not been recorded. Stanley Lucien for the HTS News Force.
What? Yo, you see, the level of aggression and anger. For what though? A small thing. A bruise that he wasn't even involved in. So you know what they say, you drink bush for man fever. You understand? And now the law is probably going to deal with him. And speaking of the law dealing with it, while we're in St. Lucia, the next video that I want to show you, boy. So police decided that they were going to conduct an arrest in a crowded area of some men they believe have information relating to some recent homicides. The crowd there decided nothing's not so. But then judge for yourself, probably wrong place and time, in truth, not necessarily applauding what the villagers would have done or encouraging what they would have done, but at the same time, judge for yourself whether or not the police could have used better discretion, better place and timing. Check this.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Milton Daisy says the recent actions of the crowd during the Cicero Carnival event on Sunday, June 23rd bodes ill for civil society. According to Daisy, law enforcement officials received information that there were at least 3 individuals wanted for questioning in relation to certain homicides. When off-duty police officers moved in to apprehend the individuals, a defiant crowd converged on law enforcement officials.
We condemn the actions of those persons there. This, I would say, it does not augur well for civil society. This has gone viral, and that is not the actions of St. Lucians that we would want to portray out there. In the course, actually, civilians or citizens has a duty to assist police officers in effecting arrests or performing their duties. Now, if you choose not to do it, you ought to stay back.
Residents are seen shoving the police and hurling obscenities and insults, while the lawmen appear calm in a video circulating on social media. Daisy applauds the officers for exercising restraint.
Persons, as I said, the officers were effecting an arrest, and persons obstructed the officers from doing so. In the process, an officer was assaulted in that process. However, the clip that we are seeing, I must say that the officers, and I must commend them for their action at the time. In the clip, you could see they were calm. They maintained their calmness. The officers, I was, whilst looking at the scene, I was just anticipating what could have happened, and I believe that the crowd had overpowered those officers.
The Deputy Commissioner of Police says the Royal St. Lucia Police Force will use the incident as a learning experience. Moving forward, the force will consider the type of event and decide on the number of officers to be deployed.
We'll revisit that the number of security that is needed at various activities. Actually, it would be an assessment on the area, location. For example, if you have the activity itself, if you have a contemporary jazz show, the number of officers required to police that may be different from a Vibes Cartel show at Masha. So I'm saying that we would look at whatever activity that you are having, and then give a determination as to the security that is required to perform those activities.
Milton Daisy disclosed that officers had to abort the arrest due to obstruction. An investigation has been launched into the Cicero Carnival incident. Gina Filippi, HTS News Force.
Yes, so what do you think, huh? Probably yes, the officers would have handled it well. Of course, they did what they could have to not at least let the situation go out of control. But still, you would think that better discretion next time. Yeah, but they really, as somebody saying that they really did well. All right, folks. What we have to tell you about, boy, in Trinidad. Some small men in their school uniform appeared to have been smoking drugs. and with guns as well, and that has attracted the attention of many.
The viral video featuring young school children playing with a gun and marijuana has drawn comments from different sections of society and now from the minority leader of the Tobago House of Assembly. Chief Secretary Calvin Charles has condemned their action, while the Commissioner of Police warned parents to monitor who their children associate with. The minority leader Watson Duke is calling for a merciful approach to the youngsters.
Parents, Tobagonians are concerned as to the things their children can be involving while at school. Secondly, they're concerned about the easy access to gun. Thirdly, they are also concerned about the penalty that could possibly be imposed upon these children, that instead of restoring them back to a place where they can be of benefit to society and fulfill the dreams their family would have had for them, they are pushed in a place where they become hardened criminals, YTC.
He says the schools today need professionals such as psychologists, healthcare professionals, even sociologists to help guide the nation's students, as he suggests the boys did not understand what they were doing.
Needs to be revisited, because these children were not acting as criminals. They were simply having fun, doing something that they thought would bring them likes and put the scare in another colleague. In their minds, they are not perpetrators of evil, but simply persons who are playing with it in that it may look attractive. We need to condemn the action, but we need to love those who have committed that action.
That's a very interesting perspective. We take a break, come back with a national report.
This is the big one as Exterminator Movements, together with Young Guns Family, presents Job in the Club. Job in the Club, Saturday 29 June, inside Caribbean American Barn Lawn, 1640 Nostrand Avenue, and featuring live SXZ, Young Image, and Doorbell.
Take walk in your front, gal. Take walk in your front, gal.
Admission only $20. Free food included. It's Job in the Club. No old boy. You get accessories on entry, and your DJ shelling it down. DJ One Drop, Young Gun, Exterminator Sound, Soul Vibes Radio, Mix Master, and the Drummers. So remember, Saturday 29 June, Caribbean American Barn Lawn. Job in the Club. Sponsored by Alouette Beauty Salon, Phenomenal Barbershop, Smart Cuts Barbershop, and On Wine Juice Bar. Be there.
The 3rd Annual Caribbean Comedy Show. Saturday, August 17th at Spice Basket. Stay locked for more.
I own a cutlass. You see what I done with it? You want to swear it razor grass. Look, I am a very, very serious man.
We all look forward to our retirement, enjoying our golden years with family, friends, and loved ones. The best way to secure an income during retirement is through investments, savings, and an NIS pension. Thanks to improvements in healthcare, Grenadians are living longer, healthier lives. These years also need to be covered by a pension to guarantee a comfortable life. Today you contribute 9% and retire at age 60. But as benefit expenses continue to rise, and with longer lifespans, the NIS won't be able to provide pensions and other social security benefits at this rate. To continue providing benefits, the NIS will need to increase the contribution rate from 9% to 11%, a 2% overall increase shared between you and your employer. The retirement age will gradually increase from 60 to 65 over an extended period. Let's put this into perspective. If you earn $1,500 today, your contribution is $60 and your employer pays $75. With a 2% increase shared between you and your employer, you'll now pay $75 and your employer will pay $90. That's only a $15 increase. These are the types of social security changes being made worldwide. In fact, Grenada has one of the lowest pension age and contribution rates in the region. With these small changes, you'll be able to continue enjoying all social security benefits and retire between age 60 and 65 with the guarantee of a pension from the NIS. If these adjustments aren't made now, then by 2035, the NIS will need to increase your contribution rate to 22.5%. So, what can you do? Support the incremental changes and continue with the solidarity of the Grenadian people. A little change today for a convenient, happy future.
All right, thank you very much. And folks, what we have for you right now is the national report, and when we return, we will have the weather for you. Here is the national report.
Top CXC official meets with parents and educators in a bid to improve student achievement. Details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Thursday, June 27th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. A top official from the Caribbean Examinations Council spent 2 days here this week meeting with parents and teachers in Grenada and Carriacou as part of efforts to improve student achievement. Registrar of CXC, Mr. Glenroy Cumberbatch, hosted by the Ministry of Education, met with education stakeholders, principals and primary school teachers of grades 5 and 6, principals of secondary schools and teachers of subjects with SBA components, as well as members of the PTA executives of secondary schools. Details from Annette Moore.
At his recent interaction with the various groups at the Grenada Boys Secondary School, the CXC Registrar's main goals were to help both educators and parents more clearly understand the role of education and to ensure that all students have a better chance at success.
The disruptions in education over the period of time, the technology, the universal secondary education, the changes of industries, all those things are disrupting the pattern that we have had in education for many years. The upcoming fourth industrial revolution, all those things have impacted us, and we have to prepare ourselves to benefit from the opportunities that will be available in the fourth industrial revolution, and hence we need to begin thinking about it.
Cumberbatch explained why electronic testing is being highlighted as one of CXC's new areas of focus.
For the principals and the teachers, we want to focus on how children learn, and how do we teach in order to ensure that we bring out the best out of the ways that children learn. And if we then measure how we teach and how we learn, then CXC has to be in a position to assess utilizing those same modalities in which children learn and teachers teach. And hence, the implementation of electronic testing is the best way to really pull out, to elicit from children their skills, their knowledge and their attitudes.
The registrar also gave suggestions as to how Grenada can improve its performance.
I think they need to reassess the practicality of teaching, because the philosophies and the theories have not changed. They're the same. It has to be done through cooperation, through participation, where students are involved in their own learning, where the knowledge is created by the interaction among children, the interaction among teachers and children, technology and children. Those kind of interactions would create the knowledge.
One of the things Cumberbatch emphasized in his presentations was that group work is the key in the shift towards creating more effective persons and employees rather than encouraging a culture of individualism.
If teamwork is so key, then it has to begin within the institutions. That by the time you reach a stage of going in for employment or becoming an employer, you are so drilled in collaboration, you are so drilled in teamwork that it becomes a part of you.
The CXC registrar detailed his hopes for how teachers can renew their vision of teaching and learning following the discussions.
We hope that they go back to their roots of their training that they got as teachers, of the understanding Piaget and Brunner and so on, and what they were saying, of having a sense of the of having a sense of how do I organize my classroom to make the best use of it, to understand that education, yes, we may give individual prizes, but it is not an individual thing, it is a collective thing where we all learn together, and that the classroom itself is a learning area, not a repetition area as such, but where knowledge is developed and distributed. It is not some people succeeding and not others. The emphasis has to be on everybody doing well and everybody developing the levels of skills that are required to manipulate and to benefit from those opportunities that will be offered in 2020, 2021 and beyond.
For the National Report, I'm Annette Moore.
The Kimpton Kawana 5-star resort in Montrouge could attract more than 20,000 visitors to Grenada annually once the hotel is fully opened. The hotel is scheduled to be opened in December 2020. The date was pushed out to accommodate expansion. Developer Ambassador Warren Newfield says the increase in the number of visitors will have a positive effect on the economy.
Once fully opened, it will employ approximately directly 320 people. But in the Caribbean, any economist will tell you there's a well-established multiplier effect between direct employment and indirect employment. In the hospitality space in the Caribbean, I think it's about 2.75. So that'll be another 800 jobs that should be created indirectly. So combined, you're talking approximately 1,100 jobs, which is a significant boost to the economy. Based on in our agreement with Kimpton, there's a benchmark of hotels that they need to perform against. Based on that benchmark in terms of occupancies, this project, and assuming a 5-night room stay, should attract about 20,000 visitors annually, new visitors to Grenada. The demographic of these, we're estimating, would spend about 400 EC dollars per person per day. Which that's other than accommodation, that's just on food, entertainment. So that would basically put a boost into the economy of about 100 million EC annually, excluding accommodation. So it's a very significant and meaningful impact economically.
VP of Construction Hans Lotz says while there have been some setbacks, the contracting firms are pushing ahead to ensure the completion of the resort.
Our main contractor on the island is Creative Design. We are very happy to be associated with Creative. They've done some large projects and some big landmarks in Grenada, and we have a very good relationship with Creative Design. We obviously make use of their associate companies like Cooling Tech, that's also a well-known name in Grenada, to do some services for us. So the main beneficiary of the construction contract is Creative Design.
He adds that employment numbers are expected to increase significantly in the coming weeks when work on the main hotel building intensifies.
I would say at the peak, when the current building that you have just seen being erected, the employment rate will probably increase to about 200 people simultaneously on the site. And you can appreciate that stretches across a whole variety of trades, from wall framing, plumbers, electricians, building contract staff that do the block work and the concrete work and that sort of thing. So it stretches across many disciplines.
At present, there are 60 people employed on the construction of the main hotel. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The house was shaking. Then said the story here, babe. Crack, and the roof had gone.
Man, I was so scared, I nearly wet myself.
Only those who have lived it can truly understand the devastating fury of a hurricane's wind.
The house across the road just get up and roll over.
Hurricane force wind. It's a hazard. Hazards. Take control. Reduce your loss. You can hurricane-proof your home. For example, make your roof more wind-resistant by using screws instead of nails in its construction. Find out more about hurricane force winds and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from the National Disaster Management Agency and SEDERA.
Continuing the news, the 40th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM, will be held in St. Lucia from July 3rd to 5th, with implementation of measures to enhance the CARICOM single market and economy expected to be high on the agenda. The meeting at the Sandals Grand St. Lucian Hotel will be held under the chairmanship of the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, the Honorable Alan Chastney. Heads of government are expected to build on the St. Anne's Declaration approved at their 18th special meeting on the CSME in Trinidad and Tobago. The declaration, which confirmed the CSME as still the most viable platform to support the region's growth and development agenda, put forward several measures for determined action. Among them, a more formalized, structured mechanism for engagement with the region's private sector and labor. An opening ceremony will be held on Wednesday, July 3rd, and will be addressed by Prime Minister Chastney, the outgoing chairman, Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris of St. Kitts Nevis, and CARICOM Secretary General Ambassador Erwin LaRocque. After an absence of more than 10 years, the Grenada culinary team made its name at the Taste of the Caribbean competition in Miami. The team returned on island on Wednesday with medals in hand from all categories. Antonio Bain copped the Spirit of the Competition award with a bronze medal in the Caribbean Bartender of the Year category. Nelsie Mapson won a silver medal for the individual chocolate category and bronze medal in the Pastry Chef of the Year category. Josh Buckmeyer, bronze medal, Caribbean Chef of the Year category, bronze medal for the seafood competition. Kellen Maxime, bronze medal, certified Angus beef category, and third place in the pork shoulder competition. Samisha Dominique, bronze medal, junior chef of the year category. Team manager Chef Belinda Bishop says hard work and sleepless nights have paid off.
This was made possible. It couldn't have been possible without the Grenada Hotel Tourism Authority, GHTA, and the GTA. And they've made it possible for us to go and get this great experience, and we all came home winners, and we're excited for the future. I think that this is going to plummet everybody's career into the next level. We're excited about going back in 2020.
Sponsored by the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association, the Grenada Tourism Authority, and other private sector entities, the delegation competed against 13 other Caribbean teams in various categories and showcased innovative cuisine. Some of the dishes were themed coco-ramage in the individual chocolate category, Jab Pork for the pork shoulder category, and Veronica L for the pastry category. The team leader says this is a stepping stone in the participants' career.
Some of our junior chefs here will move on to externships right after this, so it's going to be very exciting for the whole team. And it's going to elevate their culinary professionalism. So we're excited. It was a hard road. I mean, we're exhausted. We didn't get any sleep. It's been from one competition to the next, and they handled it like champs. What it means for me going forward is like Flavors of Grenada, our company Flavors of Grenada, we're just going to take this to the next level because I want to make sure that we represent our agriculture, our hotels, our sand, sea, fun, everything well. And I want more people to get into this profession, and I want more people to come to the island to be able to experience what these young people be able to create.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Thank you very much, Leslie Ann Johnson, and everyone else who were part of the production of the National Report. In the weather, we see that the winds are just about 27 kilometers per hour. Humidity is about 80%. Precipitation 24%. All right, so there's a chance of some showers tonight, and we see that the minimum temperature is going to be about 26 degrees Celsius. It's a little bit windy. We've had a bit of shower just a moment ago, but there could be more coming a little bit later on. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And folks, that's as far as I can go for tonight. I want to thank every one of you who's part of the program. Everyone, thank you again, and of course we'll touch base tomorrow, God's willing. The folks who are viewing on WPG10, we want to say thank you, and Camille and Nika, Wayne, Esther, Della, Eunice, Noreen, Mom, Lintona, Marvin, and all the crew, Mr. McQueen and Jennifer, the whole crew currently tuned in, June, Cynthia, Mishi, and Shireen. Everyone, thanks for viewing. We're going to be back tomorrow, God's willing. Thank you again. God bless you. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja. No. God bless Ezra, Kirin, Gwendolyn, and everyone else. Goodbye.